She's a big, beautiful brunette in the line of taste you might attribute to every slanky, hungry sex slave in the world, but also is intelligent, well-read, writes poetry, a Zen student, knows everything, who is in fact just a bit...
I'm talking about us or anybody in particular.
I wouldn't even dare that. It must be awful at night. Reminds me of the old Colorado, by God. It's like they say, it's like a cathedral of redwoods.
This is the kind of place where you should really be alone, you know? Such a sad sweetness to those trees. Though yelling would insult them.
McClure is the handsome young poet who's just written the most fantastic poem in America called Dark Brown, which is every detail of his and his wife's body described in ecstatic union and communion and inside out and every which way, and not only that, he insists on reading it to us. But I want to read my sea poem too.
Polemics, let me be a torch to myself. Oh, heart stick, burnt strive past the drift ease to the depth within, making a film of the gene over the surface. Say meet hand, the hand black in the deed as the damned pleasure!
You are beautiful.
Too many people now want to talk to us and tell us their stories. We've been hemmed in and surrounded and outnumbered. The circle's closed in on the old heroes of the night.
So you told me last week.
I've gotten the idea in my head I'm the leader of a guerrilla warfare unit, and I'm marching ahead, the lieutenant giving orders. With all our flashlights and yells, we come swarming down the narrow path, going up 1, 2, 3, and challenging the enemy to come out of hiding. The night ending with everybody passing out, exhausted on cots. In sleeping bags. Outside, McClure goes home with wife. Victor and I, by late fire, keep up yelling spontaneous questions and answers right till dawn, like.
Fairly complete. The balance of forces lying together into love that never have slipped out.
I used to do this in a work gang in southern Arizona. Who's got the chops? Lawrence, show him how it's done.
No tree was left alive.
I realized you can always study the character of a man by the way he chops wood. Ferlinghetti took neat little short-handled chops, whereas old Whalen slogged away, I guess, the way he learned in Oregon, getting his job done, silently, not a word. Little Victor thereupon tried his luck but gave up after 5 strokes. The axe was likely to carry him away anyway. I'm really happy for the first time in 3 years. Then Lou Welch demonstrated with big, easy strokes, and in no time we had 5 huge logs to use. Neil's fantastic fiery character showed in the way he went at that log with horrible force. When he brought down that axe with all his might, and holding it far at the end, you could hear the whole tree trunk groaning, the whole length inside. He brought that axe down so hard his feet left the earth when it hit. It was like an example of vast but senseless strength. He chopped off his log with the fury of a Greek god. Now it was time to get in the cars. McClure had re-arrived, and we go driving south down the coast highway to a hot springs bathhouse down there, which sounded good to me at first. The boys reassure me the hot springs bath will do me good. They see I'm gloomy, now hungover for good.
No, we're not a big PDA.
Look, there's a dead otter down here.
But when we arrive, my heart sinks again, as McClure points out to sea from the balcony of the outdoor pools. And sure enough, it is a dead otter, I guess. A big brown pale lump floating up and down mournfully.
Just an otter.
With the swells and the ghastly weeds. My otter. Why did he die, I ask myself in despair. Why do they do that? What's the sense of all this? I borrow McClure's yellow bathing suit and get in. It's very typical of me and Neil that we won't undress in this situation. We were both raised Catholics, supposedly the big sex heroes of our generation. Not to mention that when somebody informs me this bathhouse is owned by the young writer Kevin Kudehi, whom I knew very well in New York, I ask one of the young strangers, "Where's Kevin Kudehi?" He doesn't even deign in reply, thinking he hasn't heard me. I ask again, no reply, no notice. I ask a third time. It all adds up to the confusion that's beginning to pile up in my battered drinking brain anyway. The constant reminders of death, not the least of which was the death of my peaceful love of Bixby Canyon, now suddenly becoming a horror.
Michael.
Cheers. To you?
Ready?
Welch wonder as he's come back with more wine.
What shall we eat?
I got an idea.
What?
I am now gonna go out surf casting for a grab bag of fish for a marvelous supper. You get a salad ready and whatever else we need you can think of.
No.
We're gonna leave the two of you alone now, okay?
With a woman and keep throwing that away for a song and a bottle.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we are having is a sacrificial banquet with all kinds of goodies laid in a regal spread around one little delicious fish so that we may pray to that fish and take tiny little bites. Now, there's only about 4 bites apiece, okay? But there's all kinds of different parts of the fish where the bites are even more significant or substantial or beneficial. But let me tell you, however, the real way to properly fry a fish.
Beautiful, Lou. That's fantastic.
Flipping the fish. Now.
Whoa!
We're having fish, Jack.
Here you go, Jack. You gotta eat. Jack, I whispered love into every orifice of that bite. Oh, Lou, that looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Let us pray. Jack? This is the fish that we're now going to partake of and feed us so that we shall be stronger. Thank you, fish people. Thank you, fish god. Thank you, moon, for giving us our light tonight. This is the night of the full moon fish, which we are now going to consecrate with our first delicate bite.
That fish has all the death of otters and mouses right in it.
And that first bite is for Jack. It's just a tiny little bite, Jack. Just chew it very slowly. You just chew it really slowly.
Oh, I'll have that. Okay.
If I try to turn over, the whole universe turns over with me. It's no better on the other side of the universe. And the trees. Even the sudden thought of Lou Welch and Lenore is evil.